In this video, I want to demonstrate how to make the top and bottom halves of this mold tool for the ice cube tray. So first, I'm going to Control-Tab back to just the tray. And the tray's been designed for the actual size we want it. So one of the first things we need to do is from the mold tool's ribbon bar is to scale it. So this type of plastic is going to shrink about 2%. So we're going to tell it to scale uniformly about the centroid, 1.02. So we're going to increase its size 2%. Now that we've scaled our model, we can apply the parting line. So we're going to select parting line. We're going to tell it the direction of pull is the top plane. We want to make sure the arrow is pointing up. We're going to add 3 degrees of draft. We're also going to enable split faces and then do a draft analysis. Enabling the split faces will let SOLIDWORKS automatically split any straddle faces found during the draft analysis. So when we do this, it finds all these edges and it creates our parting line as we've seen before. So I'm going to say OK. We can now see our parting line shown in blue around the edge of the ice cube tray. And next, with the parting line highlighted, I'm going to come up here and tell it I want to make my parting surface. So it's going to grab that. I'm going to keep it perpendicular to the pull. I'm going to make it 2.5 inches with the corner sharp. I'll tell it to knit all the surfaces, and again I'll click OK. Next, I want to insert the tooling split. So with the parting surface highlighted, I'm going to come up here and tell it I want to make a tooling split. I'll reselect this sketch. I'm going to look normal to it. I'm going to sketch a center point rectangle from the center here out. We'll use mouse gestures to activate dimensioning. We'll make this side 6 inches. Zoom out a bit, just a bit more so it all fits, and I'll make this side 12 inches. And again, when making that parting surface, it just needs to be larger than whatever the rectangle for our tooling split block will be. We'll go back into the isometric view and exit the sketch. I'm going to make the top block 1 inch and the bottom block 2, and I'm going to say OK. So next, I no longer need to see my surfaces. I'm just going to come up to the surface body folder, right-click on it, and tell it to hide all of those. And now I want to separate this so I can see the parts easily. So I'm going to select Insert, Exploded View. I'm going to click on the top, and I'm just going to drag it up so everything can be seen. That'll be good. And as soon as I release the mouse on a drag, it will be applied. So I'm going to select the bottom now. Again, I'm going to free drag this down, and I click, it's applied. Everything looks good. I have 2 steps. I'll say OK, and there's my exploded view. So my final step is I want to assign a material to each of the blocks and again to the ice cube tray. So I'm going to expand the solid bodies. Now right now the ice cube tray itself, which is called parting line 1, does have a material assigned, but that's going to be removed as soon as I assign a material here, so I'll have to come back and redo it. So I'm going to start with the top part here. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to tell it to assign the material plain carbon steel. And you'll see right away that disappeared. So I'll expand this. Here we see plain carbon steel. I'll right click on this body, do the same thing. Select material, plain carbon steel. So now we can see the material to these 2 blocks, and I have to come back up to this one, right click on it, tell it material, edit material. I'm going to go into plastics, so I'll minimize steel. And then I'm going to scroll down until I find the PP copolymer. Apply that. I'll close that. And now I've assigned a material to all 3 parts, and I have my tooling split. And the last thing I need to do is save my work.